Hi guys, Luton here. Welcome back for another Battlefield 3 breakdown. Today we're looking at Rush Talah, and we're going to be talking a bit about this map, the way this engagement goes down. Rush Talah is a very furious, fast-fought map. A lot of very intense pressure changes around the map from people pushing, flanking, critically important in this map. And as a team and a player, you really need to be aware of what is happening on the ground with your team, where they are and where you are, and sort of, correlate that with where the enemy are putting their pressure. And if you don't respond to that in the right way, you can fail. And it's one of the reasons why this map can either be a total strong domination defense or a critical steamroll every single time. And it's really because if you have a team, and it's the reason why it's a good map, and it's the reason why I put it on my server. The reason it's a good map is because if you have a you want to just creating a little bit that wasn't as much as an explosion as I'd hoped. I was like, I'll create a distraction right here by setting off this massive gas canister. Yeah, it was just like this little poof. It didn't really do anything. But anyway, so I moved up the roof here. The first thing I want to do is clear this rooftop. Failed. I mean, they all just ran away, but the point was to get them off this roof, killed or not, because from up on that roof they can obviously sit and lay down the fire to us coming in here. I've just gone for the quick spread around and catch him on the way back. But as I was saying anyway, it's a really good map because the reason it's excellent for sort of detecting gameplay between two sides is because of the prediction element. So if you have a defensive team who are really keyed into their defense abilities, if they are able to predict and move in a very fluid way from different areas of the map, it means that they are going to be able to respond to any move made by the attackers, and the attackers are pretty much solely infantry. Okay, yeah, we have got the the Phoenix, okay, but for the most part, pretty much your attacker. The Phoenix goes down so fast anyway. So really it's just a case of predicting and engaging. Now look at this. We just taken B and A had gone down at the same time. In fact, they went down so fast the defenders really put up no opposition here whatsoever. And this could be down to a few things. I wasn't on the defending team, so I can only speculate. But it could be down to a couple of things that I see regularly in the game. One of which is people don't get into the game fast enough. Now, some maps you might be okay to spend a little bit of time setting up. Let's think of things like Rush Caspian Border, okay? Large distance at the beginning of the round there. Of course you need to watch out for sort of fast insertions from the transport helicopter, but for the most part it's going to take a little bit of time. Carg Island, things like that, it's going to take a little bit of time people to get in there. But on this map the attackers are right by that first base. You cannot waste time screwing around trying to pick a perfect setup for your gun, okay? Just pick anything that's half decent as a defender, okay? Just look at your setup and go, is that, vaguely acceptable? If the answer is yes, then just roll with it and get into the game. And this being prepared, being ready to set up is so very, very important, especially in the beginning. Once the game is rolling and you maybe have like a little bit extra time to sort of pick and choose your class a bit more specially, sort of really be a bit more specific, then sure, go for that. But at the initial push, as you saw there, what happened, they didn't have enough defenders on the ground, meaning we could just wipe them. And that really, and then the worst part about that is it then sets like a precedent, a momentum precedent, where they can't kind of get back up on their feet because you've knocked them so hard at the beginning that they can't get back into the game, and that's what's awful. Now I want to mention something as well here about my actual gameplay as such. Now you can see how I was kind of moving around, picked up a few targets. I started moving back to B here because I was kind of like, oh, there's nobody over there. Luckily the guys didn't get the defuse in time. But I'm down on my M1911. And one of the reasons I'm down on the M1911 is, well, for start off I got a few kills. Second of all, there's no ammo around. But third of all, and like a lot of you guys have been pointing out, I'm bursting way too long on my gun. The AK, it's an awesome weapon. It tends to be my kind of preference really. In fact, I kind of prefer it over the M16, but I don't really use the M16 too much anyway because it just seems too easy. But I like a little bit more of a challenge, but the AK is not really a challenge, as you know. But anyway, but you can tell, like, and looking back at this gameplay, and it's another reason why recording your gameplay and analysing your gameplay is really, really good thing to do. And as I say, when I used to play WoW and we used to play a bit more competitive, a lot of the guys that I played with would do it as well, and we would sort of assess gameplay, come back to it, break down what do we do wrong, what do we do right. So yeah, looking back at my gameplay now, and again, people always, you know, when you're posting videos and stuff, people always break it down and they go, if you look at frame 24 in minute 236, you'll notice that there's an enemy behind you and you didn't spot him, and that's why you got killed. Yeah, I know. But the point is, when you're in game and there's explosions, and I'm usually on the comms as well, trying to say, guys, you want to move left, you want to move blah, blah, blah. I'm not always thinking about every little thing. However, thinking about recoil, that's not something that you can consider should be overlooked, and it's something that I need to address. And the point is that hilariously, when I started playing Battlefield 3, if you actually go back to some of my videos like way back, a lot of people kind of criticized the fact that I was tap firing too much. Like I'd be like tap, 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 tap. The reason for that was that I was coming from Bad Company 2, and in Bad Company 2 that was generally the way to play. You'd tap fire, even more so than you would in Battlefield 3. And again, don't forget, probably because of the controller aspect as well, playing with the gamepad, that was another reason why tap firing was a good thing to do, gave you more control, more accuracy. But now as well, two reasons. Battlefield 3 plays a little bit different. Okay, and also running with the Frag FX that I do run with, the mouse and chuck setup, I generally feel I have like a bit more control, but I'm kind of going the other way. I'm sort of overcompensating for the fact that I have a little bit more control, and in the end it ends up affecting me negatively. So I've kind of gone the other way. But it's an interesting one. I want to make a video as well talking pretty soon, so that's something, sorry, that's something I need to work on, and it's an element that I'm going to be looking at as we play through, probably do a little bit of training. Going into games like Team Deathmatch is good for that. Team Deathmatch is a great training mode for, you know, obviously gun skills for obvious reasons, because it's the only thing you're doing. You don't really have to worry about anything else. I want to do a video soon talking about kit and whether it's unfair or not. Now, a lot of people have opinions about this, but something that really sparked my thinking was obviously I posted my Arma 3 video. Really pleased, by the way, guys, with the response for that. Really appreciate the sort of support and encouragement there. But looking at Arma 3, I've been researching a few things, and there's things like the IR track that you can use for helicopter piloting and stuff in Arma. There's other bits and pieces, and you can obviously have pedals for helicopter piloting and stuff. It gives a massive advantage for anyone who wants to pilot things like this, like ridiculously huge advantage. And there's lots of other peripheral things, and I really want to have a little bit of a discussion about what people consider unfair. Should we care? There's a huge range of sort of issues there with that, so that's what I'm going to be looking to do perhaps in the next week. Thanks for watching today, guys. If you enjoyed, drop me a like, and I'll see you next time.